Hi YouTube, Luminous Star here. Welcome to my channel, Luminous Star. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. For current subscribers, mwah, a big one for you. Thank you for your subscription. For all, please leave me comments and questions, all right, and hit the like and or subscription button at the end of the video. All right guys, you might hear a little traffic in the background, and you may hear my wind chime in the background, but I just thought I would do a video today outside while I was sitting in my yard. I did a little yard work, and I'm just sitting here enjoying this weather. I'm resting up a little bit, right? So I just thought this would be the perfect time to do a video. So I hope you like the background. I'm kind of scanning the camera a little bit so you can see. I hope you like the background here. Lots of green in my yard. All right, and again, I'm just sitting here relaxing and taking in a second wind, because I was doing a little bit of yard work, and I just thought I would sit here and relax a little bit. This is one of the things I do like to do, is a little yard work. I enjoy that. I don't know about you guys watching, but I enjoy that. So yeah, all right, today's video, guys, it's going to be about narcissistic family members who do not support your healing. They don't support you in your efforts to heal. They don't support you. They don't want to be a part of the support base, right? They don't care. Again, because they are narcissistic in their behavior. They're narcissistic family members, right? So of course they're not going to want to be a part of your support base. If anything, they'll try to go against it. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about in this video today. All right, I'm going to be making 3 points. And at the end of the video, again, if you would not mind, leave me some comments and questions pertaining to those points, right? Now, those of you who are watching this video, I just want to give you a fair warning. Some of the things that I'm going to be discussing in this video, some of the things that I may say in this video, maybe you're not ready to hear it yet. I just want to go ahead and make a suggestion to go ahead and turn off the video, watch it later, and maybe just look at another video on the Luminous Star channel, right? But again, I just thought I would give fair warning that some of the things that I say in this video may not be something that you may be ready to hear. Okay, and that could be for several reasons. My intention is to inspire and motivate everyone who has had a toxic relationship, right, to reclaim your life after the toxic relationship, or to at least motivate and inspire you to reevaluate and look at, or take a closer look at those relationships you're having currently that may be toxic, whether it's with a narcissist or someone who is abusive in their behavior towards you. Okay, that's what I inspire to do. This is what I hope to do, is inspire you and motivate you all. Okay, all right, here we go. I'm going to be making 3 points. First point is, right, one of the best ways, guys, that I have found, one of the best ways that I can accept, honor, respect, right, and acknowledge my ancestral lineage is to denounce dysfunctional behavior. Denounce it. Now, let me break that down. That means I no longer am a person who will invest or continue to invest in toxic relationships of any type, whether it's friendship, business partnership, right, marital partnership, romantic partnership, friendships, or whatever type of ship there is. No, I'm not going to continue to invest in toxic and dysfunctional relationships. This is one of the best ways that I can acknowledge and respect, right, from a place of love, and to accept my ancestral lineage. This is one of the best ways, again, from a place of love, how I can represent my family, my ancestral lineage, is to denounce dysfunctional behavior and not continue to invest in dysfunctional and toxic relationships with anyone, including myself. Meaning, I'm not going to be an alcoholic, a drug user, an abuser of myself or anyone. Now that may sound like a tall order, right? Now, of course, I mean, realistically, this is something I'll do step by step. This is a choice. And I'm not saying for those people who don't try to measure up to that tall order, there's something wrong with them. No, no, no. I'm just saying for me, I have found that this is one of the best ways that I can represent my family from a place of love, regardless of the abusive behavior and regardless of the narcissistic injury I suffered and endured in my family, because everyone in my family is not a narcissist. Everyone in my family has not abused me, right? Everyone in my family has not caused me grievances to the point of trauma. So overall, when it comes to my ancestral lineage, this is one of the best ways from a place of love, guys, that I have found that works for me. Whereas I can represent and accept and acknowledge my family. However, when it comes to the narcissistic family members, right? Of course, I'm not going to have a relationship with them. I'm not going to have a closely knit relationship with them because I am denouncing, right? This is one way for me to respect my ancestral lineage, is to denounce. To denounce a toxic or dysfunctional relationship and behavior. Dysfunctional behaviors, denounce them. So for me, guys, on my journey and during my thriving and healing, right, and getting past toxic relationships, whether it's in my immediate family, my family, or out in the world in general, yes, this has been one of the ways that has helped me in my healing. That is to denounce dysfunctional behaviors. So this is one of the best ways that I can accept and acknowledge and respect from a place of love my ancestral lineage, right? So you have to be willing. This is what I found, right? That I was willing to save my own life with the risk of pissing some people in my family off. Because certain people in my family who are narcissists, they're not going to like me doing this. They're not going to like me denouncing dysfunctional behaviors. They're not going to like that. But I am going beyond that and saying, you know what? Well, yeah, you may be my mom. You're my mom, or you're my dad, or you're my siblings, or you're my cousin, you're my grandparents. But you know what? I have been traumatized, and I choose to acknowledge and respect and, from a place of love, and to accept our family regardless of how you feel about it, right? That's tough. It is very tough to do that. To say, you know what, you may be speaking to your father and say, well, you know what, when I was a little boy or when I was a little girl, I suffered narcissistic injury from you. You hurt me. You didn't treat me well. You abused me. And now at the age of 30, I'm working through that. I go to support groups. You may be telling your father this and he don't want to hear it, right? Because he's a narcissistic family member, right? He's the one that, caused you a lot of grief to the point of trauma, right? And you may say that to your father, something like that, right? And he may be resisting what you say. However, you go beyond that, right? When it comes to your ancestral lineage and say, you know what? I denounce, regardless of what you did to me, Dad, regardless of what you did to me, Father, or Mother, or whoever in your family you may be speaking with, or speaking to, you may choose to go beyond that and say, you know what? My ancestral lineage is something that I acknowledge and respect. So you know what I'm going to do in the spirit of that, from a place of love, is I'm going to denounce dysfunctional behavior, regardless of the narcissistic injury that I endured. And part of that is acknowledging that I was hurt, acknowledging that I was traumatized, because I know my entire ancestral lineage. They didn't hurt me, not all of them, right? So in other words, instead of mass punishment, just those in your family that you know hurt you, yeah, acknowledge that. At the same time, when it comes to your entire ancestral lineage, you may not know everybody in your lineage, but you know you have one, right? So the best way to represent them from a place of love is to denounce dysfunctional behavior, even if that means you're not going to have a closely knit relationship with your siblings, your immediate family members, your mom, your dad, your siblings, even if it means that. Because what you're doing is something great. See, what you're doing is, in the face of fear, you are representing love. Now, who in your ancestral lineage who's about that is going to go against you or disagree with you doing that? No one. Because you're representing your ancestors, right? You're here on the planet. You're breathing, aren't you? So you represent them. And when you come from a place of love and say, you know what? I'm going to denounce dysfunctional behavior. You represent them in the greatest way. One of the greatest ways possible. You represent them. So what I found, guys, is I was willing to save my own life at the risk of pissing off mama, daddy, siblings, cousins, whoever. In other words, those people who are narcissistic family members, right? Because more than likely, they're not going to like me doing this. They're not going to like me turning over that new leaf and changing for the better and representing our overall ancestral lineage in such a great way, because they're not doing it, right? They're not doing it. So they're not going to like you doing it. And besides, they want you to continue to be a target for their shame, for their hurt, for their unresolved anger. They're going to want you to as a target, but you're not going to be a target. You and I are not a target anymore because we denounce dysfunctional behavior. So I found, guys, this is my first point, and that's the best way to represent my ancestral lineage, is to denounce dysfunctional behavior, meaning I will no longer invest in toxic and dysfunctional relationships, period, whether that's family members or not. Point number 2, right? Here's the second point. When you want to denounce, okay, let me put it like this. You're denouncing your dysfunctional behavior of your family members, the narcissistic family members. And again, you're going to be met with resistance. You're going to be met with resistance, right? Okay, so when you denounce that, expect that resistance to happen from those narcissistic family members. They're going to resist that. So my second point is this: when that happens, try to find something to inspire you to keep standing, because it's going to be uncomfortable, right? And that's going to lead me to my third point. But my second point is this: find something positive. Find something that will inspire you to continue to stand your ground, because the narcissistic family members, they're going to resist you. They're going to resist what you're doing, which is healing, thriving, and getting past the narcissistic injuries, getting past the hurt, the pain, the trauma. See, they're going to resist. They're going to resist your every move. They're going to resist your every step. So that's my second point. Find something to help you to be continuing to, I'm sorry, let me put it like this. Now I'm stumbling over my words. My second point is this: find something inspiring to help you, to motivate you to continue to move forward and to stand your ground. You're going to be met with resistance. They're going to resist you. The narcissistic family members are going to resist you. Trust me on that. You don't have to trust me. You already know. For those of you watching this video, most of you already know that. They're going to resist you. So find something to help you to continue to be inspired and motivated to stand your ground. Right? Third and final point. This part of your journey is going to be challenging. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to be. Because really, overall, let me sum up. Let me sum up what you and I are doing when we choose to continue to heal, when we choose to continue to grow, and when we choose to continue to move forward after the narcissistic injury in our families, after the trauma has happened, right? When we choose to move forward in our healing, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be uncomfortable, guys. It's going to be challenging. And it may for some of us be terrifying. I know sometimes for me it was terrifying. It was scary. Because some of my family members, they weren't supporting me. That was scary. That was a challenge, guys. That was uncomfortable. I've gotten a little bit better. Right? It's gotten a little bit better because I've gotten a little bit better. So now, even though some of those narcissistic family members to this day, they still are not trying to be next to me. They're not trying to be, what I mean by that is that they're not trying to have a closely knit relationship with me, because when did they ever, right? It never existed. I just stopped pretending. That's what happened. When I changed, I stopped pretending that we were closely knit. We were never closely knit, right? So now, even though some of those narcissistic family members to this day, they're not going to be supporting me in my efforts to continue to grow, to heal, past the trauma, right? They're not going to be there. So it's going to be uncomfortable. Because overall, what we're doing, when a person is doing that, they are representing their family in a great way, regardless of those narcissistic family members who are coming from a place of fear. You're coming from a place of love. So in the face of fear, you are loving. That's going to be uncomfortable, guys. That's going to be challenging. Because overall, that's what's happening. Those narcissistic family members, they're coming from a place of fear. You're coming from a place of love because you're healing. You're becoming more knowledgeable about dysfunctional families, narcissistic abuse, narcissism. See, you're doing something great and constructive that will help other people, not just yourself, but other people, right? Those narcissistic family members are not going to like that, and they're not going to support you. So it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to be scary. And it's supposed to be. This is what's going to help me continue to grow. This is what's going to help you continue to grow. Right? And in some ways become even stronger and even more loving. I know it might not seem like it sometimes, but yeah, that's what happens. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. All right.